We're 3 days away from shooting and we do not look like we know what we're doing. And maybe we don't.
Hi, it's Damien from OK Go, and this is the making of for our new music video, Love. We are here in Budapest in a train station, shooting the video for our new song, Love. And it is spectacular. It's been this amazing collaboration between so many different technologists, engineers, art directors. It's been like the craziest bunch of people, and it has been such a joy to make.
We've been working on this project for a couple of months now. I'm Andrew Geller. I'm an executive producer at First Stab Machine. I'm one of the first producers that the band spoke to about the project, and then I'm here to help be the last producer they speak to when we're done and help oversee how we make this thing happen.
We have made a lot of really complex and ambitious videos. I think this one dwarfs the rest of them in terms of the logistical complexity. It's like on the scale of a military campaign.
Initially, there was talk of, do we shoot this in Europe? Then we really tried to keep it in New York. Then it looked like the KUKA robots could only be sourced in Nashville, so we were gonna shoot in Nashville. Eventually, we ended up in Budapest because we could get the KUKAs here from Berlin. Basically, it was budget driven.
There's always creative pivots every single day, and we just have to adapt to each of those, do our best to problem solve in the time that we have, and execute the project.
This idea began when I was picking up my kids' toys against a mirror, and I saw that chaos of reflections that you see, the infinite regress of mirrors, and that magical feeling of being like, whoa, infinity just burst out of two planes is really like where this all started.
It's a crazy, super technical project in which all the visual effects are done with robots and mirrors.
It has to happen in one shot. There's no cuts, there's nowhere to hide. It's like approximately 250-ish feet that we've got to get through in a 4.5 minute span where so many different things happen. The camera's on a dolly, it's handheld, it's locked into a hole in a mirror, it lands on a jib, there's flying mirrors, plus we have to light it seamlessly for the whole thing. But luckily, we're allowed to see some things, so I don't have to hide everything. Otherwise, I think my brain would have melted even more than it has been.
The hard thing about creating something that is all one take, all one camera move, is there's going to be mistakes. We need everything to work perfectly. That's where the tension comes from.
This set of ideas requires robots, where it's so precise how these things have to meet, join, and move that human hands couldn't do it. So I reached out to my friend Aaron Duffy and said, do you know anybody who's really good with robots?
And I thought, I know someone who I work with all the time who's amazing with robotics.
So I'm in charge of all the technical part, the choreography of the robots, the synchronicity of all the teams. So my role here is bringing these crazy ideas, this creativity to something real using a ton of technology and science.
Mirrors are super fun to play with. There's almost no end to the really fun things that you can do with them.
We did a bunch of early tests for this. Miguel and Aaron came to Los Angeles where the band is based, and we just got lots of little mirrors and started playing. It's the thing you have to do for an OK Go video. Just start putting things together until something surprises you and is better than you thought it would be.
In the very earliest tests that we were doing, it was just us arriving in a space with a bunch of different size mirrors. We learned how to take 3 different mirrors and have a choreography that would bring all 3 mirrors into alignment in a kaleidoscopic triangle. We learned how to use an array of mirrors to find different points in space and almost act like a camera in a way.
We have to figure out what are all the things in our vocabulary of tricks, and how do we build an arc that goes through those that feels musical and feels like it extends the feeling of the song and resonates with it. What I care about is the ability to express an emotion and to connect with other humans. Everything in here is so high-tech and so rarefied and weird. But at the end of it, it's 2 mirrors. It's such simple things making the most magical effect. And that's the part that feels most powerful and compelling to me, because that's the common thing. Like, everybody feels love. you can get two mirrors and make infinite magic. Like this thing that should not exist does. And that, to me, feels a lot like love. It feels like this universal connection where, like, we made this so that you can feel that.
I feel like I'm working with something that I can really interface with on a creative level. Universal Robots has been an incredible partner in all of this to get what we need, understand what options we have.
What we want someone to do is engineer for feeling, not for function.
It was important for me that robots somehow also need to convey emotion, even though they are mechanical, right, and don't have emotions of themselves.
So it's kind of a magic because you are moving something that inside is super complicated, but has different motors, different sensors. But for you, it's just dragging the robot with your own hand and recording a frame.
We have to talk a lot and have very patient because he doesn't understand what I need to do, and I don't understand what he wants to do.
The creative process was a challenge because obviously with those robots, there's no direct feedback. I cannot just do a choreography in the mirror and be like, okay, this is it. I need to think of the movements, then communicate with the programmer so he can program it in 3D. And then afterwards, this also has to be sent to another technician for the robot, and he also has to implement it. So it's challenging, but I learned a lot.
In this project specifically, pre-visualization was really needed and imperative to see. So we actually built the entire world in 3D. We worked with an amazing production designer, and he was in the weeds with us doing probably hundreds of versions of what this video could be within that sort of 3D space. There are some practical elements that had to be tested in order to understand if they would work first. So we were doing things like cutting mirrors and testing real things practically. And then we would take those learnings and put it into 3 dimensions, build our timeline in 3D so we could understand, okay, here's what's going to be necessary. Here's how long it's going to take. It gets you very far, and it keeps everyone on the same page with what we're trying to create.
Each of these 25 robots has a plan that runs from the top of the song all the way to the end, and that's like 25 separate videos. There's just so many parts, and each one of them is a whole universe of programming and planning and interconnectivity with the other ones.
We're at a pretty critical stage. We've been pre-vising this for months. At this moment, we have not done any kind of single run through the whole thing.
It's so much choreography of humans, robots, props, camera, and it all has to land.
I'm not super freaking out yet. By the end of tomorrow, if we don't look like we know what we're doing, then I will be freaking out.
Out of the roughly 14 tricks in this, we're now on to our third, which is to say that we have gone about a quarter of the way through, having used up about 3/4 of our rehearsal time. So
It is getting pretty tense. Right now, it looks like every part of it has a chance of working. We could probably get it 1 out of 10 times. It's a very low chance of working. And when you put the chances of all the roughly 20 parts together, the chance comes pretty close to goose egg.
It's a lot to think about in a small space of time. Test, 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 test. Till we can't test anymore, we have to shoot it.
Damien's been sick. Miguel, our head robotic programmer, has been sick. Jordan, our DP, has been sick. So, we're just trying to hold it together here.
And this is currently taped closed, and I don't know why, so I don't want to mess with it. As you can see, as it was getting installed, this mirror had a crack. So this one will be replaced.
we have like roughly 4 hours of work on each one of these sections, and there's like 10 more of them left.
This is a big day. This is. We might be here late. This is the day. This is the day. We gotta get a lot of stuff done today.
It's our job to come up with solutions to make the best project possible. So you can't just stay in your lane. I mean, we're problem solving, but we're also stepping in ourselves to help in little ways that can, in the end, seem like, okay, that's not part of your job description, but anything that's necessary for us to accomplish, we're gonna do. It helps the overall vision.
This project definitely will feel like more of a success than maybe other projects, just because there were so many chances for things to go wrong. And even in the prep process, just all these things that were happening behind the scenes that like people won't really notice. It's very hard to get everybody on the same page and the same vision. Like at times people's goals are not the same. That you have to kind of realign people and like, why are we spending time on this when this isn't actually as urgent as this? You kind of have to gauge the energy of like how you can most effectively get through to that person, whoever it is.
No one can be in the dark. For everyone to feel like they're part of the bigger picture, they have to understand what they're doing. It's communication. In my role, there isn't just one job. It's helping coordinate and execute and manage across many different players and many different teams. I think it's just being really clear about what the goals are, by when are those goals needed, and understanding the problems that each department has. So you have to do a lot of listening when doing something like this.
I feel like we're about 4 days away from being ready, but we have to really, really get ready in the next 30 hours.
There's a lot of technical things that need to go right at exactly the right time.
We find a new problem and we have to solve it. This is gonna be a single take.
This can't be faked. This can't be stitched together later.
Somehow I'm gonna thread a camera through a needle and no one's gonna die. Fingers crossed.
We have to be lucky, but everyone has to be super precise all the time.
And that fail tension is what gives it energy. And it's what you as a viewer makes you feel like, am I gonna make it?
For the last day of shooting.
That's a little bit misleading because we haven't shot anything yet today. And we didn't shoot anything yesterday. So it's a little tense on set. There's a lot to do.
There's a lot to do.
I don't think we've ever gotten this far in a shoot and had nothing. Yeah, this is a new one for us.
Here we go. Back to one, everyone. Pictures up, pictures up. Roll camera.
Okay, cut.
Everything looked really good.
That was the best feeling top.
It was really good.
I came instantly.
We can keep rolling on that if it happens again, okay? We can just keep going.
That's this. That's me. All right. Back to one.
It's every time there's a little thing. Wardrobe malfunction on that one. Suit's late. Suit's late. So close.
It's the first real full take we're gonna do, and we've got about 4 hours to get it. So we might have a video by the end of the day.
Close. Didn't get the suit on in time.
It proves it's possible.
It's possible.
It's exciting. There's energy in the room. I think we can do it. I think we got it. We're just trying to get the moment that has the most wonder and magic in it. And that's a really fun thing to get to chase.
Okay, here we go. And ready? 3, 2, 1, Tim. Robot. Music.
Falls on we made it. I'm super happy. 36 shots at the last one. It was fantastic.
We got it in the very last take, 3 hours overtime on the very last day. It was a very, very close call, this one. The number of parts that had to literally and figuratively move along with one another in this was insane. So many people did such amazing work, from the art direction to the robotics to the previs. Working with this incredibly diverse group of people has been so rewarding.
It's the power of everyone together that creates something like this to happen.
If you put all the effort and all the team together, things can work, no? Like kind of cosmic way.
You know, getting everyone smiling, accomplishing what the goal was that we set out to accomplish. That's what success looks like. I love doing difficult things and making difficult work. I want to support creative ideas. I love supporting awesome creatives. I think I work with some of the best creatives in the world. That drives me, you know, making things that seem impossible possible.
And what's amazing here is that I think we're able to connect with humans in a new way because of the robots. They're letting us do something that humans simply couldn't.
To be part of a team that's managing this project, you know, you get to be part of something wild and incredible and amazing. By executing something that's so difficult, we are pushing the boundaries of what's possible creatively within our world. We are inspiring people to try hard things, and I think that makes everybody better.
Come on into my room.
Is this like your narcissistic fantasy, basically?
This is a nightmare. Can you imagine this many Damians? I would, I can't stand one other Damien.